Chapter 5 Unexpected Revelation. Increasingly, the messenger was having greater occurrences of dreams at night, which would come to fruition. 2 miles outside of the city, the messenger traveled to a mountain, which he climbed 890 feet in height until he reached the cave of Hira, measuring 12 feet in length and just over 5 feet in width. He went into seclusion in this cave, where he worshipped the sublime, alone for many days before returning to see his family. The messenger had taken food with him for the journey, and when it was exhausted, he came back to Khadija. One night, while in Hira, the angel Jibril appeared before the messenger. Jibril had an extraordinary presence. Without any prelude, the angel asked the messenger to read. The messenger was never taught to read, as it was not common in the society, and thus he replied, "I do not know how to read." Angel Jibril embraced the messenger tightly until the messenger could not bear it anymore. He then released the messenger and again asked him to read. Taken by surprise, the messenger responded again, "I do not know how to read." Thereupon Angel Jibril embraced him tightly a second time until the messenger could not bear it any longer. He then released the messenger and asked him to read. The messenger said, "I do not know how to read." Thereupon he embraced the messenger a third time and then released him. The Sublime said through Angel Jibril, "Read in the name of your master and cherisher, who created man out of a mere leech-like clot of congealed blood. Read, and your master is most bountiful." Overwhelmed by the experience, the messenger then ran in the direction of his home with his heart beating rapidly. His first instinct was not to go to his friends or uncles, but rather to his wife. With shivers racing down his spine, he gasped, "Cover me, cover me." Khadija covered him and kept him warm until his fear abated enough for him to tell her everything that had happened. The messenger said, "I fear that something may happen to me." Khadija replied, "Never. By the Sublime, he will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your family, help the poor and the destitute, serve your guests generously, and assist the deserving, calamity-afflicted ones." Khadija accompanied the messenger to visit her cousin Waraka, who was a Christian. He was known to be well versed in the gospel. Waraka was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadija said to Waraka, "Listen to the story of your nephew, O my cousin." The term nephew was a customary way of referring to someone younger. Waraka asked, "O my nephew, what have you seen?" The messenger described his transformative experience. Waraka said, "Angel Jibril is the same one who keeps the secrets for the Sublime and had been sent to Moses. I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people would turn you out." Surprised, the messenger asked, "Will they drive me out?" Waraka replied in the affirmative and said, "Anyone who came with something similar to what you have brought was treated with hostility. And if I should remain alive until the day when you will be turned out, then I would support you strongly." After a few days, though, Waraka passed away. Sometime later, the messenger was walking, and suddenly he heard a voice from the sky. He looked up and saw the angel Jibril with 600 wings sitting on a chair between the horizon of the sky and the earth. Terrified that the scene in the cave would reoccur, the messenger hurried home and said to Khadija, "Wrap me in blankets." The Sublime then said, "O you who covers himself with a garment, arise and warn, and your master glorify, and your clothing purify, and uncleanliness avoid." After this, revelations from the Sublime started coming to the messenger more regularly.